The man started spitting madly as soon as he got off the plane, and his whole body was like a high-pressure water gun. The plane he had taken was even more bizarre. The plane was originally a 3-hour flight, but it actually flew in the air for a full 5 years. However, what was even more bizarre was that all the passengers on the plane did not notice anything unusual, and only thought it was an ordinary 3-hour flight. But all the passengers' families thought they had met with an accident. But when the captain contacted the tower to request landing, the ground staff was shocked when they heard that it was Flight 828. After carefully verifying and asking the captain's name and the number of passengers, the ground staff approved the plane to land, but it landed at an uninhabited alternate airport. When the passengers got off the plane, they were surrounded by police and reporters. The passengers were also panicked when they saw this scene and were discussing what had happened. At this time, a detective stood up.
The problem, ladies and gentlemen, is your plane departed Montego Bay, Jamaica on April 7, 2013. Today is November 4th, 2018.
Everyone was confused. They looked at each other and couldn't believe it was true, because only 3 hours had passed for them. How could it become something that happened 5 years ago? In order to find out the reason, the detectives detained the plane and all the passengers, and questioned them one by one. But the answers were all the same. Just a strong gust of air. Then the plane returned to normal. The detectives even checked everything on the plane, but found nothing. They had no choice but to release the passengers to reunite with their families. Seeing their missing loved ones reappear, they cried with joy and hugged each other. 5 years have passed and everything has changed dramatically except for the passengers on the plane. After all the passengers left, the local incident investigation team intervened. They wanted to find out the reason. The plane had been flying for 5 years. It did not need to be refueled. There was no change in the passengers, but they didn't know it at the time. The real test has just begun.